Just look at these amazing crystal and leather and bead pendants. You can make these in an afternoon. I'm so excited to show you how to make these. Just look at them. You can use all of your favorite aura crystals, kyanite, you name it, your beads. Hi everyone, I'm Erlene of Erlene Garcia Art and the Hollywood Carney. These are the supplies that you will be needing today. Glue, leather, bent nose pliers, small scissors, sinew, a lighter, and always be careful when working with fire. Grab your favorite crystals and beads, and I will show you what I am using. Plated quartz, blue kyanite, celestial blue aura quartz, rainbow aura quartz, lavender aura quartz. Some of these I purchased at my local bead and gem shows, and I'm sure you could find similar at your local craft stores. Oh man, the brown kyanite is my latest fave of the week. There is also rose aura quartz that I am going to mix with turquoise. There's aqua aura quartz, and let's check out the fabulous beads I'm going to be using. Topaz, these beautiful double terminated quartz crystals from Afghanistan. These are my latest fave. Also, faceted apatite, rainbow hematite Buddhas, amazonite. I love those too. I love all the beads. Turquoise, blue kyanite, turquoise rondelles. I love those too. Rainbow hematite rondelles, 4mm round garnets. I have these beautiful little watermelon tourmaline that are faceted, and they are very delicate. Those are so cool. Freshwater pearl, 2mm citrine, mother of pearl disc, rainbow hematite, amethyst rectangles. They're so cute. And then we have rainbow hematite stars, and those I believe I purchased at Michael's. So let's get started. Cut 2 small strips of leather, one 1/8 inch for the loop and the other 1/4 inch for the diameter. Find which side that you want to use as the front and take the smaller strip and glue it front to back. Also make sure that you put the glue around the circumference of the top of the crystal. And I'm using the GS Hypo Cement. That's what I had on hand, and I would suggest using it because it worked excellent on these pendants. I had cut the 1/8 inch strip of leather longer than I needed because I wanted to make sure I had enough room for my what is now going to be the bail. So once I glued that down, I put 2 more dabs of glue, one on the front and one on the back, and then I will take that 1/4 inch of a black leather and place it on the front and then glue it to the back. And make sure that you don't have any glue residue left because it will be very noticeable if you do. This glue dries very quickly, so make your adjustments as quickly as you can and as neatly. Let's see how this aqua aura looks in a natural color leather. Now, this only takes little bits of scraps of leather. You can find leather at most craft stores, or you can go to a thrift shop and find an inexpensive pair of leather pants or a leather skirt and recycle that. Or if you're like me and you outgrew your pants, then you can just cut them up. So, okay, let's get back to the gluing. What I like to do is put out all of my crystals at once, cut all of my leather, glue everything at once, and then when I'm done gluing, I'll be ready to thread on the sinew and all the cool beads. So that's how this looks in the natural color of leather. And which one do you like better, the black or the natural? So let's continue with some rose aura quartz. I will be making several different ones today so you can see how it looks in different crystal types like the kyanite and the plated quartz. You can use any crystal you have on hand, of course. And I would love to hear from you guys what crystals you used, what types of leather or vegan leather that you used. These pendants, I've been making them for many years, and they are such a quick seller for me. And I hope by sharing this idea with you that they'll be a quick seller for you as well. Or you could sit down and make everyone's holiday gift in one afternoon. As you can see, these are so easy and quick. And if you decide to sell them online, make sure that you include information such as if it's leather, faux sinew, the type of crystals and beads that you are using, and if possible, the meanings. After many years of doing research on crystals and beads, I always include the meaning that I have written myself through my Indian eyes. Oh my gosh, super cool. So now we get to do the fun part of adding the beads. By the way, the faux sinew can be found at many art stores like Michael's, Tandy Leather. So it comes like this in a small spool. And it is heavily waxed, so you do not need a needle. And it is very easy to pull it apart. So cut about 12 to 15 inches off and then split it into about 4 pieces. Twist it and smooth it out and make sure that there are not any little fine strands that are left. And what we will do is tie it around the crystal and leather. Make sure the knot is in the back and centered. I've been using faux sinew in my Native American art, and I love the look that it gives to each of my pieces. Sinew has been used by Native Americans for centuries for designing anything from their necklaces to their baby cradle boards, moccasins, and also leather craftspeople use sinew quite a bit in their art as well. So let's pick up our first crystal and string it on. You can see how easy it is, and you don't need a needle. These double terminated tiny baby crystals I recently purchased at one of the bead shows that I frequent here in Pasadena, California. When buying crystals, I do like to hand pick them myself because I know exactly what I am looking for, what I am going to choose for my clients, and also the meanings behind the stones that I know that they will cherish. Once the crystal is threaded on, I will take the opposite thread and thread it through and continue to tie it in a knot in the back. And as you can see, I cut my sinew too short, and I am going to add more sinew. This is very forgiving, so what I will do is tie it off, and then with a fresh piece of sinew, thread it through the little crystal, tie it in the knot in the back, and then continue to wrap it firmly around the leather piece. And if I can, I will keep threading it through the whole of the clear quartz crystal. When I cannot fit it through there any longer, I will wrap it behind there. This guarantees that the crystal will stay in place for the wearer for as long as they have it. We will continue this process until we are at the end of our sinew. And sometimes when it gets super short, I will use the bent nose pliers to tie the knot. And also I will cut the thread or the sinew as close as possible to the knot, and then carefully with a lighter, I will burn off the edges. And because the sinew is made with wax, the knot will melt into itself and will be seamless. And if you are under 18, have an adult use the lighter for you or a match. And as always, be careful when working with fire. I'm making a few of these today because we may not all have the same type of beads. So I also have a really cool hematite rainbow Buddha. Now the hole is vertical. And you're wondering, how do I have his little face facing forward? What you do is you cut 2 pieces of your sinew and you divide it just like this, one on each side. And if possible, twist one side and then the other and tie it in back of your leather. If that is too hard for you, then tie only the top and then tie the bottom. And continue wrapping and knotting. And once you make 2 or 3 of these, it will be so easy. And then hopefully you'll say, Erlene, you are right. I am hooked. Okay, then. Okay, enough cuckoo crazy of me talking to myself. So let's continue wrapping and knotting and wrapping and knotting. And always double check your workmanship. It is so important. You don't want any little mistakes or any of those low fine fibers sticking out. Make sure they're all singed down, knotted, tied, all of the above, because the recipient of your artwork will be so excited to receive it that they're going to stare at every single little detail. So some natural mistakes are nice because it shows that it is a handmade item. But when there's like strings and knots and things that are not secure, or your little bead falling off, you don't want that to happen. And of course, hide all evidence of glue. It is so important. Nobody wants to see glue stuck on anything. For this video, I am using a collection of beads and crystals with metaphysical properties behind them. But if you decide that you have a special silver tone bead or some type of tiny concho that you want to use, or even a specialty abalone button, that would be amazing as well. Again, when attaching your bead, please go through it at least 3 times to make sure that it is secure on your leather piece and that all of your knots are firm. I've even used feathers and some of those tiny halite skulls. Just think outside of the box, like I'm always saying. Put your own spin on it. Make it your own creation. So on this particular one, I'm going to do a crisscross method that I do in some of my sage kits. I like to use the crisscross method whenever I'm tying together the Palo Santo wood, the selenite, and some of the sweetgrass. So here's one last example. I'm trying to give you guys all different types of examples so you can take this idea and run with it on your own. I'm using 3 different types of beads here: the mother of pearl, the rainbow hematite, and the garnet. So go back through the hematite and the mother pearl. The garnet will hold all 3 beads together, and let's tie those on for a different look. Did you guys know that the rose or quartz bestows love, passion, and generates emotional healing? It promotes self-love while balancing a negative mood. It stimulates the heart chakra, and you can use it for meditation and cleansing while it brings forth angelic energy and protection. The garnet is a protection stone, invites love, and it's good luck to receive a garnet. Mother of pearl brings healing from the ocean, and it teaches us to be more compassionate. When I create jewelry or any type of artwork, especially when it has natural elements like this, I always have happiness in my heart, a positive attitude, because I only want the receiver to receive good energy and intentions from anything that I create. Also, when I purchase crystals, I cleanse them immediately in the sun, in the moon, with sage, and on a weekly basis to ensure that my crystals have positive vibes for the receiver. So let's look at all of them. I'm so excited that you guys took the time today with me to create this, and hopefully I gave you some great ideas. Oh my God, look at those. So excited. So the next question is, what do we hang these on? You could hang them on a chain, or if you have enough leather, you can make a leather necklace. I decided to choose these colorful cotton waxed cords that I purchased on Amazon, I think it was. They are a unisex cord. They are 18 inches long with about a 1 3/4 inch chain for adjusting in the back. Now, when choosing the color, make sure that you choose a color that is complementary and does not take away from your workmanship. Packaging your necklaces is very important as well if you're giving them as a gift or if you're selling them to a boutique or a little shop. Make sure your name is on the packaging. I bought these inexpensive tags from Amazon, some little cotton bags. I used my name stamp, a magic magic marker to sign my name. Yeah, I wish it was a magic Sharpie. I think it is now. And a little cellophane bag. Information, a certificate of authenticity. This is what my customers receive. And thank you so much for joining me today. Have a happy day. Bye.